everyone. My name is Shireen, founder of Oak Tree Counseling and Wellness. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how therapy terms are being misused. So lately I've been noticing that a lot of therapy language is being misused or taken out of context, especially online. So the most common ones I see are gaslighting, narcissist, boundaries, trauma, attachment styles, triggered, and people are using the vocabulary everywhere. And sometimes they're not being used the way that they were intended. So, for example, somebody might disagree with us and suddenly they're a narcissist, or somebody remembers something differently and we call it gaslighting. Or we use boundaries to avoid a hard conversation. So instead of actually communicating. And everything from discomfort to conflict begins to be labeled as trauma or being triggered. So when we use words this way, we dilute the meaning of it. And the people who are really experiencing abuse, trauma, clinical diagnosis are often being misunderstood or dismissed. So absolutely, there's narcissism. Absolutely, there's gaslighting. Absolutely, all these things exist. But when it's overused, from what I've seen now, it really diminishes the intention of it. So sometimes the language that we use is getting weaponized, and it's used to shut somebody down or to avoid accountability, or maybe even slap a label on something without really understanding the full story. But the reality is from a therapeutic point of view, these words actually exist for a reason. They give people language for the experience that they were historically minimized or ignored. They really help us understand our emotions, our patterns, our relationships. And when they're used accurately, they genuinely support healing because they create a canvas and a dialogue and the ability to put names and words to complicated and painful things. So before using a therapy term, it's really, I think, helpful to pause and ask, am I using this correctly? Am I being compassionate? Or am I just repeating something I saw online? So I really feel that if we bring a little bit more accuracy, nuance, and empathy back to these words, then they can do what they were really meant to do, which is to help us grow, to help us communicate more clearly, and also to move forward towards healthier relationships.